What's up, everybody? Feels like I haven't seen you guys in forever. I've been on a bit of a cleaning up profit lifter hiatus, and today I'm doing a special impromptu live because, well, one, I've got training that I'm working on for some people, and I just wanted to come on here and record it live for everybody, give everybody access to this because I think this is a topic that we all need to be very aware of, think through, create systems for, and work on growing our company. So today, what we're going to be covering is hiring a qualified virtual assistant. And so what we're going to be talking about is how to hire somebody to run your Profit Lifter account, how to help with marketing. I'm just going to focus on the marketing side today because it's what I do. So, it makes it easy to keep track of that. So we're just going to be covering marketing things today, talking through what all that looks like, and answering questions if anybody shows up. I know it was very impromptu. Hey, it looks like I got a couple of people hanging out with me. If you're here, give me a hey. Let me know that you're hanging out. And All right. So what we're going to be doing is I told some people that we would be that I would be working on creating training forums. So that's exactly what we're doing. We're basically just going to be coming in here. That's ugly. I don't want it to look that way. There we go. So what we're going to be doing is basically coming in here and just creating. We're going to be creating a like I'm going to be showing you like the qualifications of what I look for when I'm hiring somebody. Then I'm going to show you. I'm going to give you a couple. Hey Herman, how you doing today? We're gonna do a couple impromptu lists, but I'm also going to show you some things that you can be doing inside of your Profit Lifter account as well, so that you can so that you'll be able to quickly and effectively manage your team right. So give me just a second. I need to pull up one account here. All right. Need to make sure I have a CRM pulled up here. All right. So first off, the first thing that we're going to be looking at here is we want to be thinking about. So anytime I'm looking at hiring a VA, there's a process that I like to go through, and the first thing that I always think about is I want to think through, like, what is the purpose? Why do I need this person? What do I want them to do? Now, when I get into building a team, there's a lot of things that I'm looking for, and one of the big things is I'm looking for people who can come in and fill in my strengths or fill in my weaknesses. I don't need somebody else who can be as good as me at everything that I do because I'm already good at what I do. What I need somebody who's better than me at areas that I suck at and things that I'm weak in, and that's really what I'm looking at when I'm considering a VA or anybody on my team, is who can fill in gaps that's more qualified, better at what I'm doing, and then from there. So when I'm looking for somebody specifically in marketing, though, there's a lot of different things that you want to keep in mind, and there's a lot that you want to that you want to make sure that you're prepared for. So I think the first way that I'm going to look at this is I want to be thinking about what's their functions, or basically what's the role that they're going to play inside of my company, what on my team, what is it that they're going to do, and how's this going to work. So I know that right off the bat I need somebody with marketing experience. Now, when we get I'm doing great, Herman. It's a beautiful Tuesday. I'm got a lot going on, but it's awesome. So when I'm looking at marketing experience for somebody, now when I get into this, there's going to be a couple different ways that we're going to look at this. One is you want to be thinking about the vision. Now, for me, I don't need somebody to come in and be a visionary for my marketing, for my company, for my growth. I'm already the visionary in that area. I need so I know that, but that's one of the first things that's going to need to happen with that. And so with that vision, it's going to be thinking that we're going to be thinking about like lead gen strategies. We're going to be thinking of follow-up strategies. We're going to be thinking about email campaigns, like just how are we going to be engaging, how are we going to be generating leads, and then how are we going to convert those leads. So all of this stuff under the vision side, One of the things that I would recommend is this: you should always be the visionary of your company. And that doesn't mean that you don't bring in other people who have good vision and other people that are smart and that can fill in those areas. But what it does mean is that you don't solely rely on somebody else's expertise. Now, that being said, I'm going to throw out some cold hard facts of what I've seen over the years. Take with it what you will, use it how you will. But one, the thing that I've seen over and over again with entrepreneurs, especially like newer businesses or people who are just getting into marketing, is they want somebody to come in and tell them exactly what to do. And the reason that I think this is so detrimental to a lot of younger entrepreneurs and a lot of people who are starting the business is because if you ask somebody what to do and they tell you, you're just following orders. You're not actually being a visionary for your company and figuring out what's the next steps, what are we doing, how are we going to get there. And this doesn't mean that you have to know like how the content's going to be laid out and what kind of images and what platforms you're going to use, blah, blah, blah. But it does mean that you have a general sense of direction for how you should be marketing and advertising your company. A lot of people get hung up here though, because when you start looking at this, people it's like this deer in headlight look. Oh my God, I don't know what to do. I've never done this before. I'm stuck. It's okay. It's not that big of a deal. I promise. It's not that hard. The reason it's not that hard is pretty simple. As long as you know how to sell your products and services, you essentially know what you need to do to be able to market your products or services. Now, that being said, if you do not know how to sell your products, if you do not know how to close a deal for yourself, that needs to be where you need to be spending a bunch of time. I was having a conversation with Brett yesterday, and it was actually about this very thing because we experience frustration just like every other business owner out there. But what I thought was what I thought was really interesting about this conversation is that like people like a lot of times like people want to just go out and they're like, give me a solution. The problem with a solution is a solution only produces you a result. And a result may help a little bit, but it doesn't build your business. You need a lot of directions. You need a lot of different results. You need to be constantly looking at what's working, what's not working. But again, if you don't know how to sell, that's the first key. So the conversation with Brett was really simple. And like, I was laughing because I had a client who was like, I don't want to learn the CRM, it's too much. Blah, blah, blah. And I looked at Brett and I was like, look, if I can make millions of dollars off of learning one system or learning one thing, you know what I would do? I would learn that thing from top to bottom, inside out, everything about it, everything around it, because it's the thing that's going to make me money. So I don't let the lack of knowledge be an excuse for not pursuing things. I use it as a catalyst to learn new things and start innovating myself in the company. So if you don't know how to sell your services, learn. Get out there, start pitching, start having conversations, be awkward. But your role in this should be, what is your general direction of marketing? And when I look at this, the question I'm going to ask is, how do I generate leads? It's a big question, and I'm not looking at like, oh, I'm going to run Facebook ads, I'm going to jump on Google, I'm going to do SEO. I'm looking at, what is my messaging? What is my method to do this? So the first thing that I want to think, so with this, I want to think about how do I generate leads, and then I want to think, then I want to map out, how do I sell my product? Like, how do you sell it? What do I need to do? How do I sell it online? What's the process? The next thing you want to look at is, what is my customer journey? This is all, and the reason that I want you to be thinking through this is because this is stuff that your VA may not be highly equipped for. Because my goal when I'm hiring a VA, especially in the younger stages of a business, is I'm not spending thousands and thousands of dollars. I'm looking for people that are $6, $7, $8 an hour that maybe, like $1,200, $1,300 for a month of their services and working with them. So I'm constantly looking at like, so I'm assuming that they're not going to actually have that customer journey in place, that they're not, that's something that I need to put together for them. Now, what does a customer journey, and I know we're talking about hiring a qualified VA. excuse me, this is going to get into a little bit later with it. Um, but your customer journey is going to be basically like an introduction to your company, how they find out about you, opt-in, sales process, decision. I didn't spell decision right. Decision and sale. And then you also want to be thinking through the execution of the sale. What does that look like? So now at this point, you're looking for somebody with, you're going to handle, so these are all things that I want you to be thinking about, because again, the goal here is to help you fill out the gaps around yourself. So the other thing that you're going to be looking at, obviously, because all of you guys are geniuses and brilliant business owners, so you already have a Profit Lifter account, you're running it. The next thing that you're going to need is you need to think through software experience. So what does software experience mean? It means very simply, one, are they can they adapt to multiple types of software? Can they work inside of different types of software, or are they limited? So these are qualifying questions that I'm going to find out from them. But first off, you're going to need somebody who understands and has at least a core base understanding of Go High Level. Profit Lifter is built on Go High Level, so we're pretty upfront about that. So you're going to need somebody who has a little bit of experience with Go High Level to understand where things are, to understand how to get things, to work on just kind of some of the basics in there as well. The next thing that you're going to need, obviously, is going to be email, because you're going to like communicating, and then you're going to be whatever way that you're going to communicate with them. So with the communication, and this is something. This is one of the things that you're going to need to look at as well, is with this, we're going to call this ecosystem instead. But one of the things that you want to be looking at while you're working through this process is, how are you going to be communicating with them? How do you talk to them? How do you work with them on an ongoing basis? Like, what does this process look like for you? What does this process look like for them? Like, all of this, these are things that you want to think about. Like, how are you going to be talking with them? How are you going to be communicating with them? How are you going to answer questions? All of that. Now, the reason, so again, Go High Level, the reason that you want them to have experience in Go High Level is because next what we're going to be doing is we're going to be coming up here into our marketing experience, and we're going to be mapping out all the different things that they can be doing for you on a daily basis. And again, right now, I'm just solely sticking to marketing. This doesn't mean that you can't have them do other things inside of the business and have different things that need to happen, but it's really a matter of figuring out what you want them to handle and what you want to hire for. So let's see, we're under marketing experience, direction of marketing. I'm looking for a word here. It's not product of marketing, but let's call it marketing functions. That's because I think that's an easy enough way to explain it. Make this a little bit bigger so we can see it better on the screen over here. All right, so marketing functions. This is where we want to be thinking through what does a good marketing VA need to at least be kind of adept at, have enough experience that can pull it off. So the first thing, and this is just my brain of how it works, I'm not saying any of these are more important than the next one, but you do want somebody who has experience in website and funnel building. And part of it with your Profit Lifter account, you're going to have a lot of different functions that a lot of different templates that you can use, a lot of copy and pasting that you can use with it. So, but that website and funnel building is going to be an important part, because you will need more landing pages, you will need more funnels. So next thing, so we're going to put this under design, website and funnel building. Next, we're going to look at, you are going to need a graphic, you are going to need somebody who can put together some graphic design as well. Graphic design is important because, like, anytime you're doing social media posts, anytime you're creating flyers, if you need flyers, anything that you need, If you're going live and you want to have thumbnails, if you're doing YouTube videos, all that stuff is going to require graphic design. So you always want to make sure that you've got somebody who can put together stuff for you and move on the fly. So you're going to have websites, you're going to have graphic design. Next, let's talk about content. Content gets a little bit trickier. Now, when you're hiring a VA that can write content, there's always a language barrier there unless they're actually somebody who's out of the United States, meaning that you may have them do like a first mock-up of content, but then you want to review it because there's just a language barrier. And again, if you know how to sell your product, you're going to know the language. You're going to know what you need to say to be able to get them in there. But with the modern era, this is wonderful. All you need is somebody who understands AI content creation. So I think you can see here as you're getting into this that there's a lot of different ways that you can have somebody work with you, and you can bring them in to do a lot of the heavy lifting, where now you go through, just review what's done and move from there. So you're going to have design, you're going to have content. Those are really the two big areas of marketing, is design and content. And then and marketing. And now, so these are kind of the three categories of marketing that you want to look at. I think with these three, if you find somebody who can do decent design, who's inept enough to be able to go in and create AI content, but who can build automation at the same time, I think at that point you have found somebody that you can really start to grow with. And I think this is a good starting point. So this is going to be your marketing functions. The next thing we want to look at is, let's talk about marketing tasks. Like, what should a VA be doing on a normal basis? So with this marketing task, what we're going to be looking at, let's start with the easy ones. This is going to be social media posts. Now, we're gonna lightly touch on this, but partly some of the stuff that you want to be thinking about is, where are they going to be doing this? How are they going to have access all of this? So for now, what we're going to be focused on is, we're just going to leave that. We're gonna let them do social media posts inside of Profit Lifter. Next, let's think about paid advertising, cold email campaigns. Let's see, what else do we have? We've got SEO. We've got, what else do we need? What else do we need? Marketing tasks. They're gonna, and this is gonna go. Some of this is gonna fall back under our marketing functions because that's what we need. So, funnel building, website design, and graphic design. And as you can see, these are kind of just bigger, more ambiguous things that you want to have done. Now, for me, like I know that, Profit Lifter, we've been around. We're just hitting our 1 year mark, which super excited about. Our 1 year anniversary is happening now, and appreciate all of you guys who have been there. I've still got a lot of you that have started with me way back in this time last year. So with this, we've got. So with this, I'm gonna be thinking about, like, for me. I'm going to be looking at this going, okay, what do I need people to do? Like, where do I need them to go? What do I want to do to generate business? So I know, like, I'm gonna look at this and go, okay, I'm going to have them do social media posts. I'm going to have them manage my paid ads. And then some of these, like the cold email campaigns, these are ones that we may put out, that we occasionally go after and occasionally do, but it's not something that's real big. SEO isn't my primary purpose right now. This isn't something that I'm worried about at this moment. So this one, it's still important. I think it's still a very valid thing to keep in mind as somebody's doing website design and graphic, the website design and funnel building, is making sure that you're using your search engine optimized words, making sure that you're using your keywords and phrases in there. But the other side of that is that I don't think that it's something that I want to specifically focus on right out of the gate. You may be different. You may say, yep, I'm just going to go ahead and start doing SEO. I know it's going to take 3 to 6 months, but we're going to do it. But you notice, but the funnel building, this is definitely something that I know that I'm going to need. And when you're looking at this, and I keep putting Profit Lifter in here because all of these are actually covered in Profit Lifter, except for the graphic design. This is where you would need to be thinking about, what kind of software are they going to use? Is this going to be Canva, Figma? Are they going to use the Adobe Suite? Like how do they want to, like how do they do graphic design? And then you have to think about, like, do you want to be involved in the graphic design process, or is this something you just want to see the final result from them, and then you can give them feedback from there? Whichever way you want to go is fine. It makes complete sense. So to start with, though, I want to be thinking about. So here's my task list that that we're going to be creating with this. So I want to have daily social media posts, and then from here, you're going to want to choose what platforms that you want to be doing these on. I have no preference on which one's better, which one's not. It's completely up to you. Have fun. Go play in the sandbox and see what you like. Next, paid advertising. I want to think about, like, where am I going to be advertising? What's my strategy? So we're going to say what, and then we're going to do where. These are all things that I'm going to need to think out with them. Funnel building. This is one. A lot of these, as you can see, these are going to be like the daily social media posts. These are going to be things that are going to be. These are things that are going to be daily. These are going to be like recurring things that you can sit down and do, and that you can hand off, or that they can handle for you. But some of these are things that are going to be like kind of on demand, like funnel building. You're not going to need somebody who's going to be able to go in and build a funnel every day. It's not really something that you need a lot of. And what you'll see is, as you get into things, like when you build one funnel, you should be using it over and over and over and over again, as many different times as you can. So that way you're maximizing your return on that investment of building that. But I want to hop back up here to social media posts because my squirrels took over and started coming down here. So on the social media posts, I want them to be focused on daily social media posts. We're also gonna put promo posts, so that, like, as you're coming up with a calendar, and that's one thing that I didn't put up here. We're gonna put this as marketing calendar. Marketing/promo calendar. And this is going to include, like, when you're doing webinars. It's going to be include this should include, like, when you're running ads, all of that. And I think this calendar is something I'd like to put together for you guys. I didn't actually think about doing that for this training until just now, but we will go through and work on that as well. But with this, we want to be thinking, okay, we're back down here, social media posts. I'm going to have them do promo posts. I also may want them to be interacting on posts and ads. This position is technically called a what is it? It's a community manager, I believe is what it's called. Community manager that does that side. But that's somebody who may be talking directly with people on Messenger, whether it's Instagram or Facebook or LinkedIn or wherever. It's more of kind of that frontline person out there. All right, so paid advertising, that's something that when you're ready to do that, having somebody who can jump in there, run the AI ads for you in your Profit Lifter account makes complete sense. That way you can just get in there and review it. You can focus on building and doing what you're doing. Funnel building, I think this is important because you're going to want to be you'll want somebody that when you need a funnel that you can just assign it to them. They can get in there. They can set up all your automations, set up your landing pages, set up all your email campaigns. Basically, just start from scratch. Take what you already have there and build it out. This is going to be something assigned as needed. But one thing that I want you to think about is that, like, when are you going to need a funnel? So for me, I know that, like, if I'm setting up a JV relationship with somebody that has the potential to refer a lot of clients to us, or that could sell a lot of our products. At that point, I'm going to create a funnel that's going to be specific for them. That's going to be just what they're looking for. That's going to be just for them and everything. But I'm only going to need to build that on an as-needed basis. This isn't something that I'm going to have to do all the time. Cold email campaigns. This is more of an advertising strategy. If you want to be if you like building lists, running cold email campaigns, doing all that stuff, that would be a great place for that. Would be that cold email campaign, that cold email, having someone do that. I am not a fan of cold email campaigns. I know they work. I know people do amazing with them. I'm just not a fan of them. It's not it's not how I like to do business, how I like to advertise. But it doesn't mean that doing it that way is wrong by any means. Okay, so right now we have marketing tasks going to be social media, paid ads, funnel building as needed, cold email campaigns. If you're doing that, have somebody who can come in and structure that, get it all up and going. Next is going to be website design. This is going to be something that's going to be assigned as needed. Design is going to be where they're doing their graphic design. Now the other thing, and I'm actually going to put this under SEO. I know I said that SEO wasn't super important. There are some things that I'm going to that we're going to spell out here under SEO that don't necessarily have to do or that have everything to do with SEO, but it doesn't need to specifically be for SEO, and that is blog writing. And I love writing blogs for a couple of reasons. One, it eliminates the need to say the same thing over and over and over and over again. You can say it once, put together everything in a nice blog, distribute it to everybody, and then it's an on-demand resource form. But this is something that I would, for a VA, I would have, I would do one blog a week, like have them get out there and write a blog, and use the AI for it. So we're going to call this one AI blog a week. So that way you've got everything right there. You can start building that up, and getting that going. The other things that you want to be thinking about. Ooh, I forgot one of these. I don't know how I forgot this. This is kind of a big deal now. Videographer. This one, videographers get a little tricky. Now, the first thing I will warn you of this. If you go out here and you look for somebody who can fulfill every single one of these services all together at one time, you're going to get somebody like me who's going to be charging thousands and thousands of dollars to be able to do this. It's going to be expensive. The videographer may be something that you kind of put off on the side, or you look at hiring somebody just on a project by project basis. What I'm looking at here is we're setting up, like, what's it look like to have a full-time VA at your side working with you through these processes and working on that. So the other thing that we want to think about, though, so content, and this is what made me think about it. So content, you want to say like one newsletter weekly, and this is also going to include this. Content and SEO really fall kind of hand in hand there, but having somebody who could do that. But the other side is going to be video content. If you're putting together videos for landing pages, if you're putting together videos for all these different areas, that's where we would need to get everything, or that's where you would want to have a videographer coming in here and helping you with that. So let's see, cold email campaigns, marketing, funnels, automations. Okay, so this doesn't look like a lot, but this is actually a really pretty substantial list of things that you would be looking for. Now, here's what we're going to do from here. We're going to come into ChatGPT, and we're going to let the AI help us out here. Because like I said at the beginning, I'm putting all this together because I want you to be able to come in here and use this, to be able to have all this here and use this as we're moving forward. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to grab this and I'm going to put, we're going to give it our instructions. So I am hiring a new VA to help with marketing, design, and automation. Here is a list of what I would like to see. Please create a post. We're going to call this a job post for this position. And we're just going to paste, we're going to throw it in there. All right, here we go. So now the trick to this is again, like I said, as when you're getting out here looking for somebody, when you're looking for somebody who can handle this for you, um, you're going to have a hard time finding somebody who can accomplish all these things that you're looking for. So what I'm going to show you, or what I want you to be thinking about, is you want to be thinking about. Let's come right here, and we're going to put job post script. All right. So you can see you got it all right here. It's all spelled out. So job post script, virtual assistant for marketing, design, and automation. Are you a creative, tech-savvy individual with passion for marketing, design, and automation? We're seeking dynamic virtual assistant to join our team, own this drive growth, blah, blah, blah. Purpose, your role is to amplify our marketing efforts. Okay, now all that's just the fluffy stuff. Got it, cool, makes sense. Now, some of the things in the verbiage in here, you'll see you'll be the backbone of our marketing initiative. The reason that I like this is because what we're doing in this post is we're actually setting this up to look for people that understand the value of them building a team and being able to even help run and manage a team as you move forward. So you see here, we're just gonna go down these lists because now that we have this up, we really want to perfect this and make it work. So marketing strategy and execution, and so we're gonna put help develop and execute marketing strategies to generate leads. Okay, create and manage a comprehensive and marketing promotional calendar. I would have a VA do that. That makes sense to me. Map out the customer journey from introduction to post-sale follow-up. I love that. Next process, design and implement effective lead generation strategies, follow up on leads to ensure a smooth transition. We're going to call this automate the follow-up of leads to ensure a smooth transition through the sales funnel. Okay. Oversee the sales process, ensuring all touch points are optimized for conversion. Okay. Next, content and design, craft engaging content using AI tools, including weekly newsletter and blog posts. Got it. Design visually compelling graphics and layouts for various marketing channels using Canva, Figma, Adobe, etc. We're going to put whatever software you prefer. Basically telling them you don't have to use our systems, you can use what you like. Goes a long way. Build and maintain websites and funnels and enhance the user experience. Cool. Automation and workflows, automate marketing workflows and processes to improve efficiency. Utilize tools like Go High Level to manage our software ecosystem, streamline operations. Okay, so again, you remember how I told you up here that like a videographer may not be top on my list. So down here, I'm going to look at this. We're going to put manage and review video content for promotional purposes. Collaborate on projects to require a keen eye for details. Okay. Social media management. Post daily on social media platforms. Engage with the community. Create promotional posts and manage paid advertising campaigns. Yep. Analyze and optimize social media performance. Yep. Communication and collaboration. Maintain a clear and timely communication with the team. Report on campaign performance. Suggest improvements. Be proactive in identifying new opportunities for growth. I like this. I love AI. Man, it kind of, if you give it a lot of details, it really narrows this down for you. All right, what we're looking for: experience in marketing, lead generation. I'm not worried about sales and automation. I want them. You need somebody who's good with automation because it will save you a massive amount of time and energy in the future. Strong design skills, etc. Yep. Experience a website. Yep. Proficient in AI tools for content. Yep. Familiar with software, especially Go High Level. Yep. Ability to edit video content and manage social media platforms. or oversee, how do I want to say this? Edit. I'm going to put manage video content. Excellent communication, proactive skill, vision. Cool. Yep. All right. So now you have kind of an overarching picture of what a VA can be doing for you just for your marketing and what you need for marketing and everything there. Now you have a post for it. Let's actually do this. Put that up there, all big and bad. Next, we're going to come back to ChatGPT. Great. Next, take this same list and create a daily task and create daily tasks to ensure maximum efficiency. Now, the other side of this is that if you don't know what you're looking for, or if you don't have everything mapped out, if you don't have the need for somebody who's full-time, don't get somebody who's full-time. Hire somebody part-time. Like I don't think there's any reason why you couldn't be doing that. Why you couldn't have somebody come in half a day and 3 or 4 hours a day and do all of this. Because I'll tell you a secret: once you get into AI, AI can basically do all your social media posts for you, put it out there and help with that. You can get a lot of stuff done in 3 to 4 hours a day with somebody who's just focused on these tasks. This didn't really help. That didn't really do what I wanted it to do. So let's do this. Job post scripts. Let's call this job responsibilities. Okay. All right. So first, we're gonna start with the easy ones. Daily social media posts and management. Next, weekly blog post, weekly newsletter, monthly promotion, setup, execution. The other thing is, like if you're doing YouTube videos, this could be YouTube posts. I didn't really dive into the YouTube side, but I would actually put that under social media. I have no good reason why I would do that. It's just kind of how my brain works. But I would put YouTube if you're doing YouTube posts, if you're doing like weekly videos, things like that. But you see what I'm doing is just basically going, here's what it's going to look like on a daily basis of what we're going to be doing for this. So we're going to put paid ad setup, monitoring, and optimization. Okay. So from here, and you see we got our brain dump up here. So this is all the stuff that I want you to be thinking through. Down here, this is going to be your job responsibilities. Then we have your job post script when you're ready to get out on Upwork and start hiring people. Let's do this. Next, we're going to create a list of interview questions that will help me find the perfect candidate for this position. Okay, so what I'm having ChatGPT do for me now is we're actually just creating a interview script, and this way you've got questions that you can sit down and ask them. So instead of just sitting down and looking at somebody and going, what do you think? What's good? Blah, blah, blah. Like now you can actually get into asking them full-blown legitimate questions. You can see this thing's going, man, it loves this question. We're up to 21 questions. There we go. All right. Love it, love it, love it. Doing exactly what I want it to do. Having a good AI day. That's a good thing. All right, so we're going to come down here and we're going to put interview questions. Let's put that as H1. Okay. And let's just run through these real quick. General background. I'm going to shrink all of these. Okay. See what questions. General background. Can you walk me through your experience in marketing, design, and automation? Follow up. Which of these areas do you feel most confident in, and why? I always like putting spaces in here so that way you've got room to take notes. What I would recommend that you do is that you create an interview questionnaire for every person that you talk to, so you can pull them up and look at them side by side and figure out which one makes the most sense for you and what you're wanting to do with that. Hey, welcome back, Herman. Missed you. Glad you made it back here. So for the interview questions, we're going to leave some space in there, make copies of this. That way you've got a questionnaire for every person you're talking to. Have you worked in a similar role before? If so, what were your primary responsibilities? What did you enjoy most and least about that role? Love that question. That's a good one. We're going to leave this. We're not going to put the extra spaces in here for now. How do you prioritize tasks when managing multiple projects with tight deadlines? Love that. Marketing strategy and lead generation. How do you approach developing a marketing strategy for a new product? Okay. Content experience with AI. Describe the process. How to ensure potential clients fall through the cracks. Love that. What methods have you seen in the past for lead generation? Which have been the most effective and why? How do you track and measure success for your lead generation efforts? Perfect. What experience do you have with AI content creation tools? How do you ensure the content generated aligns with brand's voice? Follow up, can you share any examples of AI generated content? Love that. Which design tools are you most proficient in? All right, that's a good question. How do you ensure your visual content, graphics, videos, etc., align with the overall marketing strategy? Cool. Automation and workflow. Can you explain how you've used automation tools like Go High Level in your past roles? Okay. How do you stay up to date? Cool. Videos, products. What's your experience? How do you plan to create content for social media strategies? Have you managed paid advertising metrics? Cool. Communication. This is a lot of questions. Like I may actually, like if I was doing this, I may actually come in and cut some of this stuff out because that's a whole lot of questions, but it's still good. It's still what we're looking for with it. All right, cool. I think I am loving this. Okay, so now you've got now you've started working through like what does their day-to-day look like. These are areas here. So what I'm going to do, I am going to share this. Anyone with the link. We're going to put you as viewers in here, meaning that if you guys use this, all you need to do is open this up, and then you'll go to File and then hit Make a Copy, and you can make your own copy. So we're going to throw it in the chat here for you. For Herman, who is hanging out with me today like a rock star, throw this in our YouTube chat just in case somebody wants it. Fine, whatever. Throw that in our YouTube chat there. All right. So now we've got you've got your daily posts, what you want them to be doing, a job script, and an interview questionnaire. Now we want to be thinking. Now let's dig into some of the day-to-day stuff. Like how are you going to track what they're doing? How do you watch this? Now I'm going to show you this secret that we're doing that we use, and it's actually under your pipelines, under your opportunities. So with your pipelines, what I recommend for managing a team, we're gonna call this let's just call this marketing for now. I'm going to say incoming. In progress. Review. Stuck. I'm going to move stuck above review. Test. Launch. We're going to put this review/test launch. Okay, so you see what I did here is I just created five stages inside of this pipeline. The reason that I want this is because now anytime I have a request, I'm going to come here to our marketing pipeline. I'm going to add an opportunity. Now, the tricky thing, one of the little caveats inside of here is that if it's not for a specific client, you still have to choose a contact. So what I always do is I always just have my name in there. So I'm just gonna I would just load myself in there. So that way I've got that way I have it. Opportunity name, we're gonna put like I would put social media promo and whatever needs to happen there, stages, and then we're gonna hit create. And the reason that I want to hit create is that from here, one, I can create a task for my team member. So I'll put social media posts, whatever, explain it, blah, 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 blah. And then I'm going to assign it to the person and I'm going to put the due date on it and it's going to add that. Now, the other thing that you can do is if you need to get more in depth or if there's something you need to do, I would keep track of explain the task and what happens here under notes. So you can use the notes, you can use the tasks. There's a lot of different things that you can do with this to be able to do this, to be able to manage this. But now, like as you can see, when I'm in here, now I've got a list of things that I need to do. So now we can move it. Now when you can look in here and see where they're at in their marketing funnel, and I think this is a great way to manage your team. I think this makes a ton of sense for watching what they're doing, having something where they can come in and see what they're working on. It gives you the ability to assign them tasks in writing. That way it's right inside of the CRM. You can see it, they can see it, everybody can see it. It's all nice and easy right there. So that's it. That's really, that's the simplicity. I know it took about an hour to go through all this, but as you can see, now we've got our job responsibilities, what they should be doing, just so you kind of have like a kind of a guide on daily things that they should be doing for you. Job script, meaning that when you get out there and you start posting, this is what you're going to be looking for. Then you've got your interview questions, so you can sit down and ask them questions, go through this. Hey, someone's hanging out with me up here. But you've got it all here. Now you've got everything you need to get out here, start hiring a VA, and effectively bring them into your team. Because look, at the end of the day, the name of this game is to close as many sales as you can. And if you're going to be spending all of your time managing, if you're going to be spending all your time building stuff, you're not going to have the time to get out there and actually sell your services, sell your products. So that's the whole goal here, is to free up your time, build a team around you that can really jump in, help you out with everything that you need, make sure that you're taken care of. But that's all I got for you guys for today. So I appreciate you hanging out with me. I am going to upload this training into the back office, into the resource center, so that way if you have any questions, you can throw them out in there. But the other side is that, like, as we're developing calendars, things like that, we'll be able to put those in there for you also. So that way you can have just everything right there at your fingertips for hiring the perfect VA for your team. All right, appreciate you guys all hanging out with me today. Hope you have an amazing rest of your day. I am going to actually be live the rest of the week, every day. I took 2 weeks off just because I needed a break, and team's been mad dashing on getting some big projects done for us. But I will be live daily again. just answering questions, working through things, and making sure you guys have what you need. So make sure that you tune in, and if you have any questions, let us know. All right, we'll see you next time.